Have you ever noticed that ducks are so marginalized in video games? And I mean it. Name 5 games that have ducks as main characters. Or just name 2 AAA games that have ducks as a central feature. There aren't any. There's cows, oh there's cows everywhere. There's even a cow level in Diablo. And chickens, well chickens are basically the stars of the Fable series. One of them was the main subject in the Fable 3 trailer. But ducks, oh no, that's too edgy, that's too out there. Well, this has gotta stop. Ducks are people too and they deserve respect. So welcome to what we're playing this week. Duck Edition. Yes, I'm gonna recommend to you games that have ducks in them. Either games that have ducks prominently featured, if that's how you pronounce that word, or that have actual playable ducks. Now you may be wondering why you're making such a big fuss about ducks, they're just ducks. Well, you're part of the problem. That being said, first up is DungeonLand. Now you can't play as a duck in DungeonLand, however, one of the enemies is a gigantic duck. Well, more than one, there's lots of them. Great big Frankensteinish looking ducks that have the Donald Duck angry I'm gonna fight you animation, and it is amazing. Just seeing them quacks me up to no end. Now DungeonLand does have a bit of an issue right now since, well, I think the servers are either completely empty or don't work anymore, but in single player and local co-op it still works fine and shouldn't crash all that much. And you can find the game right now free on Steam. Well, the base version is free. For the rest of it you'll have to, well, buy it for 10 euros, but I do believe that the ducks are in the free version. You can either fight them as heroes or control them. Oh yeah, you can play as them. If you're the dungeon master, the dungeon maestro actually, you can play as the ducks. You can take direct control of the ducks. So yeah, DungeonLand all the way. You can actually play as a dungeon master against the AI heroes, so yeah, you can play it as a duck by yourself, a super power duck. I wonder if there was a duck boss. I know there was a cow boss because every game has a cow boss. Not sure if there was a duck one, but you know where you can find ducks? And DuckTales, of course. DuckTales Remastered, a new version of the classic game for the Terminator console, which some of you snobs may know as the NES. Yeah, you know who you are. What I'm getting at is that if you owned an NES around here when it was released, you were probably the son of a Communist Party torturer. But back to the main idea. In DuckTales Remastered, you're gonna play the classic old game with new graphics, gameplay that's more or less the same but a bit shinier, if I can call it so. It's more modern, more functional, while still maintaining the same core concepts of the original game. You play as a duck, a very rich duck with a cane that quacks about all at once and gets to fight stuff. Also, you have 3 smaller ducks, the nephews, an albatross because why not? I mean, albatrosses get to be characters in duck games. I mean, you don't see albatrosses in any other games at all. It figures it would be a game about ducks that's more inclusive to other species of birds. Now, you don't get to play as the albatross, but he's there anyway. And you get to run around, jump on stuff, kill stuff, well, defeat stuff, not kill. You're a pacifistic-ish duck. Collect treasure even though Scrooge McDuck is richer than God. You get to play with baby goats, from what I see in the Steam screenshot, and well, you actually get to fight some evil ducks if I'm not mistaken. See, this game is very inclusive. It even has evil ducks. It can have hero ducks and evil ducks. A lot of games don't do that because not all games are this progressive. And you can find DuckTales Remastered on Steam for 14 euros, but the Steam sale is gonna come online on the 23rd of June, so you may wanna wait a bit. Now lastly, this is the best game ever made. No, not the best game about ducks ever made, no. This is the best game ever made. This is the game that when civilization is no more and aliens come to find a ruined out husk of a planet, were they to find Duck Game, they would look upon planet Earth as a holy place, destroyed by some unknown or maybe deranged duck-hating subculture of human beings or maybe other space aliens that destroyed this beautiful place, this place that could create Duck Game. Because this is, without a shadow of a doubt, the greatest single video game ever created. And if you don't believe me, then you're a duck racist, you hate ducks, and you probably want to see them all dead. In which case, I hope the FBI comes for you if the FBI investigated duck-related hate crimes, which they don't because they themselves are duck racists. But you could stop being one by playing Duck Game, which is on Steam right now for 13 euros again. Next month is gonna be that giant Steam sale, so we'll probably get it for cheaper then. It even has a quack button. You cannot compete with a quack button. That's why it's the best game ever made. Now that that's settled, we can enjoy a world where people are less hostile to ducks. I mean, it's not gonna kill you to add a duck in your video game, is it? Not as a playable character, but have a duck there. Have the duck say a few lines. Acknowledge that a duck exists. Give that duck a name. Have it talk to another duck about something else than chickens. Don't discriminate against ducks, is what I'm saying. Live and let quack. And that's it for what games are you playing this week. Next time it's gonna be probably sheep. Well, no, not sheep, because DungeonLand already has that covered. You can throw sheep at people, and it's funny as hell. Oh, sheep are so dumb. But ducks aren't. They're serious business. If you enjoyed this show, hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Or, if you thought it was horrible, then share it with your enemies and make them suffer. We shall be your weapon of vengeance. But if you liked what you saw, you could, I don't know, maybe donate, because basically YouTube is horrible at revenue, by using the link in the description, or just buy my book. It's a fantasy book about, well, a lot of stuff. I guarantee it won't suck, and if it does suck, you can find me here and complain about it.